Thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to another Mindful Monday. Just another Mindful Monday. Hey, I thought we'd celebrate the full moon. We had a full moon last night. Didn't see it here because it was sunny. It was cloudy last night, but yeah, if it was tonight, we'll see it. We'll probably see a beautiful moon tonight. So I thought we'd celebrate, and it just occurred to me, I've been teaching yoga for, I guess, about 6 years, and it just occurred to me the difference between sun salutations and moon salutations. So in sun salutations, we travel up and down. You know, we do our forward folds, and we stand up and down for the most part. And moon salutations, we travel sort of like the moon does in the sky, side to side on our mat. So I thought we'd do a little bit of that today. And I actually had a friend yesterday who mentioned that sometimes when her head is below her heart in yoga, she gets a little bit nauseous. Some people get dizzy. So make sure you modify for your, make this your practice. Every body is different. Every day is different. We had a request for some lower back work, so we're gonna tackle that this morning. But make any modifications that you need for your body, being kind to yourself, being gentle with yourself, and remembering to smile. It's only yoga. If there's something you need to skip this morning, just do it with a light heart. Yeah, and so I'm going to suggest that we start in child's pose this morning. If that doesn't work for you, come to any shape that seems appropriate for you this morning. But as I come into child's pose, I like to pad my knees. So take your blanket or your towel and place it under your knees, smoothing out all the wrinkles. Bring your knees as wide as your mat and your big toes to touch. And then come slowly into this, especially if your lower back is tweaky this morning. Just kind of descend very slowly and let your forehead come to the mat. And then maybe walk your fingertips up a little further and take a couple moments to just snuggle in, noticing how your back is accepting this shape. Again, if you'd rather begin our centering practice in a seat, absolutely perfect. If you'd rather come to your back, I say go for it. But once you arrive in your beginning shape, allow yourself to settle in. Let's begin to tap into that breath. Feeling first your natural breath. Noticing where the breath goes as you fill up, expanding. You might feel the side body getting wider as you fill up. And feel that breath rising up into your lungs. And feel the upper back expanding. And then notice that sensation of releasing the breath slowly. Maybe you get a little more depth in this shape. And just pause the top and the bottom of each inhalation and exhalation so you can really get the sensation of fullness and then the sensation of emptiness. And slow down the breath a little bit more. See if you can really exaggerate it. Imagining that big full moon. Filling up to its fullest. And then slowly releasing, making yourself a little smaller, drawing the belly back into the spine, sinking the hips back a little bit more. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths together. On your next slow inhalation, we're going to make our way up toward tabletop. We're going to come forward on our mat, bringing our elbows to the mat and bringing our hips right over our knees. And then slide your elbows forward, and we're going to melt our heart toward the floor, bringing our forehead down to the floor. Big stretch for the shoulders. This is melting heart pose. So you get that stretch in the upper back and the shoulders. Again, this can be intense. Just go where you can this morning and come back to your breath. Nice big breath in and a nice big breath out. Good. Filling up again. Good, letting go again. And then as you're ready, we'll just walk our way back up toward tabletop. Again, if your knees are tweaky this morning, we won't be here long, but you can always come on up into downward facing dog. But if you're ready, let's take some hip circles, going in whatever direction feels most perfect for you. And just working that lower back a little bit, warming it up. And then go the other direction. You're drawing those circles with your hips. Good. Maybe it would feel good to take some figure 8s, using your imagination, just moving in whatever way feels most intuitive for you, your body, your practice. And as it feels time, come to stillness, maybe do a little Sophie shake. Let's take a few cat-cows, dipping that belly low, lifting your gaze, and as you exhale, rounding. So we're moving the spine in a different direction this time. So start gently and go slowly until you're ready to take it to its fullest potential. Good. Let's take one more, both ways, moving with the breath. And then as you're ready, we'll tuck the toes, walk the hands back until you come to your toes. Move your blanket out of the way. And if this doesn't work for your knees, we're just going to roll all the way up. So taking your fingertips to the floor, straightening your legs, just coming up in whatever graceful way works for your body this morning. Coming up to standing, finding mountain pose. So look down at your toes, lift and spread them, and then press each one into the mat. And we'll come up, we'll roll our shoulders a few times. Good. And then let those shoulders drop down away from the ears. Let your palms face forward. And just take a moment here to settle in. Close your eyes if that works for you. Notice your balance. Good. Finding that mountain pose. Drawing the belly into the spine, tucking the pelvis, tucking the chin. Feeling that strength that we get from the earth beneath our feet, that stability, that grounding. And then as you're ready, blink open your eyes, inhale, rise up, take your palms together, clasp your hands, make a little teepee with your hands, and take a crescent moon shape, leaning over to the left, pressing your right foot into the floor, engaging your legs. Take a nice big breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale, come back up to center. Get long again, but draw those shoulders down into the sockets. Press your feet into the floor. Make that crescent moon shape on the right. Stretching the left side body, maybe even gazing over toward the left. Good. Take a big breath in and a full breath out, pressing that left foot especially into the mat. Inhale as you come back up to center. Look up and lean back. Draw your arms up to frame the ears. Lean back, get a little back bend. Good. And then as you exhale, release your arms out to cactus and sink on down, coming into a chair pose. Good morning, quadriceps. Good. Inhale, rise up, reach up, let your palms touch. And as you exhale, swan dive forward slowly, being aware of your lower back, keeping a bend in the knee as much as you need to. And then we're just going to take our hands and walk them forward until we come into our downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other. And then just turn your gaze under your left arm and then under your right. Just release any tension in the back of the neck. Good. And come to stillness. Press those heels down toward the floor. Gaze back toward your knees. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Good. On your next inhale, lift that right leg high to the sky. Maybe take an ankle circle or two. Good. And on your exhale, we're going to step it forward. Find the front of your mat. Frame that right foot. Coming into a low lunge, runner's lunge. And then as you're ready, patting your knees as necessary. Let your left knee come to the mat. And we'll rise up. Take your palms together. Make that little teepee with your pointer fingers. Come into low lunge, crescent lunge. Maybe lean back a little bit, maybe look up. Good. So leaning forward, getting that stretch in the left hip flexor. Good. Leaning back, getting a nice little back bend, only if your back is ready for it. Take a nice big breath in and a long breath out. And then we're going to slowly release, bring our hands to the floor to frame that right foot. Tuck the left foot. We're going to rise up, straightening that right leg. And take your nose toward your right knee. Good. As you're ready, come forward, into bringing your weight into your right leg. Step your left leg just a little bit forward. Straighten it again, bring your nose to your knee. Pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen, lifting up to that halfway lift. And as you exhale, take your left hand to the outside of this right leg. Now this might be one that you skip. Totally perfect. You can always take just a normal twist. We're going to take a twisted triangle pose. So a little tricky. Right arm lifts. Left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. A little wobbly. That's okay. You're human. And then on your exhale, we're going to take that right hand down. Take it to the inside of this right leg. Spin that left leg to flat, and we'll come up into a triangle pose. So the left arm lifts. Don't worry, we'll practice this again. Left arm lifts up. The left foot is planted on the floor at a 45 or so degree angle. And then we're reaching down with this right hand. And a block is great if you have them. So just feel the stretch, your triangle stretch. Really nice. One more breath in. And as you exhale, take your left hand down to frame your right foot. Right hand comes down, bend that right knee. We're going to take a walk to the other side of our mat. So just spinning around. So the left knee is now bent over the left ankle. And this right leg, hopefully, can lower down gracefully to the floor. We'll find our crescent lunge on that side. Right? So bring your palms together, bring your pointer fingers together, find that low lunge. Lean forward with your leg, giving yourself that right hip flexor stretch. Good job. Leaning back, getting a little back bend. Take a nice big breath in and a nice long breath out. Good. Maybe lean forward a little bit more. Breathe in. Slow breath. We got this. And as you exhale, hands come to frame the foot. Tuck the right toes. We're going to stand up, coming into our first pyramid pose. So nose comes to knee. Pressing that right heel back. And then come bend into that left knee, take a little hop forward with the right foot, come into your second pyramid pose. So pressing that right heel down toward the floor. Take a nice big breath in, maybe lift up again. It might feel good. And exhale. And then we're going to take that right foot, spin it to flat. Left leg is straight. Take the right hand to the outside of this left leg. Lift the left arm. So again, if you want to come into just a twist, not just a twist, a twist, but if you'd like to come into twisted triangle, go for it. Good. Left arm lifts, maybe gaze lifts up if your hair is not in your face. Good. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, left hand comes down to the inside of the left leg. That right foot spins to flat if it's not already there. Right arm lifts up, and here we are in triangle pose. So in triangle pose, I'm going to make an adjustment. You might want to adjust as well. This left heel is lined up with the inside of this right foot. Good. Enjoy this triangle. This is a fun pose. Good. Maybe look up toward that extended arm. Opening up those shoulders. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, the right hand comes down, the left knee bends, and just take a walk back to the front of your mat. And then we'll take that right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Good. Come up on your toes, lower your heels. Come up on your toes, lower your heels. Good. One more time. Excellent. When you're ready, lower your knees to the floor. Bring your legs together this time. Tops of the feet come together. We're going to take a break. So the forehead comes to the floor. The arms reach back. Let your shoulders relax and come into your child's pose. Different kind of child's pose here. We're just coming inside, going inside. That third eye is on the floor. Rounding the back. Take your breath into the back body, filling up and letting go. Nice. Take another breath in and a slow breath out. And on your next breath in, take your hands to the mat. Come into that table shape. You might take a little Sophie shake. Bring your hands a little farther ahead of you. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So we'll try it one more time. See how we like this moon flow. So coming into your downward facing dog, taking movements that feel good. Just relax the back of the neck, relax the face. And then press your heels into the floor, lift your hips a little bit higher. Good. And take a big breath in, lift that left leg up to the sky. Maybe take a couple of ankle circles. Awesome. And now, as you're ready, we're going to step that left foot forward and lower the right knee. We can move a little faster, matching our breath to our movement. Inhale, rise up, reaching those arms up. Lean forward, get that stretch in the right hip flexor. And give yourself a back bend if you're ready. Maybe look up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Excellent. As you're ready, take your hands down to frame the foot, tuck the toes. Come up into your first pyramid pose, more of a wide leg pyramid. Nose to knee, pressing that right heel forward. And then go ahead, step forward, plant that foot at an angle and take your second pyramid pose. Maybe nose comes a little closer to the knee. Maybe you still have a nice bend in that left knee. It's going to be a little bit different for all of us. Good. Awesome. When you're ready, we're going to straighten that left leg as much as we can. Maybe take that twisted triangle by bringing the right arm to the outside of this left leg, or maybe it's just a twist, not just a twist, never just a twist. Lifting that left arm, lifting your gaze, finding your balance. Wobbling is natural. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Take your left hand to the inside this time of this left leg. And then maybe you adjust your feet ever so slightly so this left heel is aligned up with the inside of the right foot. Lift your right arm up. Come into your triangle pose. Good. Always the option to flip your palm and give yourself a bind. Opening up this right shoulder a little bit more. Breathing in. Excellent. Breathing out. When you're ready, right hand comes to floor. Bend that left knee. Take a little walk to the other side of your mat, and here we go. Lower that left knee. Lower the top of the left foot. Rise up. Find your crescent. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Enjoying every shape. Even though they might be challenging, enjoy. Good. Take one more breath in. And as you release, you know the drill. We're coming into our pyramid. Tuck your left toes. Straighten your right leg. Press your left heel toward the floor. Good. Take a nice big breath in. Bend that knee. Step that left foot. Spin it to flat. And straighten your left leg. Reach your right arm up. Twisted triangle. Or an awesome twist. Good. When you're ready, the right hand comes down, left arm lifts, check your foot to heel alignment and come into your triangle, gazing up. Excellent work. One more breath in, maybe flip, and take that half bind. One more breath out. And on your next breath in, go ahead, bend your right knee, take your fingertips to the floor. And we're just going to take our toes and face them. Bring our legs maybe a little wider on your mat. Take your toes and face them outward. And just take a couple of walks side to side on your mat. Getting a stretch in the inner thighs. Yeah, excellent. Take one more to the right and one more to the left. Take your hands to the floor. Step on back, downward facing dog. Press your heels to the floor. Enjoy. Come up a couple of times, stretching up on your toes and then back toward your heels. Good. One more, and then press back. Excellent. Good. When you're ready, we're going to bend our knees. Either walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Good. Once you get there, take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your belly on the tops of your legs. And then if this feels okay for you, you're not dizzy, you're not nauseous, none of the above, draw your elbows out, straighten your legs a little bit more. And enjoy this forward fold. Saying good morning to hamstrings. Good. On your next breath in, release that hold. Come into your halfway lift. And on your exhale, fold again. On your inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up. And on your exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Come into Anjali Mudra. Find a mountain pose. Let your eyes close. Just pause here. Just check in with your balance. Check in with your breath. Check in with your heartbeat. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And on your exhalation, we're going to shake it out. Good. How is your moon flow? I hope it's going well. When you're ready, bring your feet hip width, about hip width apart. Let's bring our weight into our left foot and just come up to your right toes. First of all, just notice where you are today with your balance. Always the option to have something to hold on to move to a place where there's a wall next to you. But if you're feeling really steady and you have something to look at, a drishti, something that's not moving, let's bring our weight into our left leg and hug this right knee in. So just hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Maybe take some ankle circles if you're feeling really good. Good. Perfect. All amazing to notice all the little adjustments that left ankle, that left leg is making all the time. Yeah, doing a lot to hold us up, the left hip. You can stay here, or maybe you reach down with your right hand and come into a quad stretch here. Good. So this right shoulder opens up. Perfect to stay there. If you'd like to reach your left arm up. Good. Awesome. Another option might be to take your left hand back behind you and give your right hand a little assistance drawing that heel toward your glute. So many options. Just keep that gaze steady. Keep looking forward at something that's not moving. Don't look at me. Good. We'll take one more breath in, and wherever you are, you're perfect. Let's just release that right leg down to the floor and shake it out. Good. Hip width again. We'll take notice of your right and left sides. Right and left hips might be feeling a little bit different about now. That should be normal. Lift and spread your toes. Bring your weight into your right foot. Come up on your left toe. Just notice. Maybe this side is a side that is happy just staying here with your toe on the floor, finding that balance. Maybe you're holding on to something. First draw your knee up to your waist. Maybe take those ankle circles, find your drishti, all the things. Whatever you're doing, breath stays steady. Good. Always the option to try something different. So if you're ready, if you'd like, reach for that ankle, come into that quad stretch. Take this right arm up to the sky, drawing those knees to kiss. Noticing all the little adjustments your body's making just to keep you standing. Maybe the right hand comes back to assist, drawing that left heel towards your glute. Good. Let's take another full breath in as we enjoy the stretch. And then exhale to release, slowly letting that leg come down, and then shake it out. Sophie, shake it out. When you're ready, we'll come to the top of our mats. Excellent job. Let's squat down, bringing our feet close in together. Squat on down, coming into, not squat, chair pose. And then draw your arms out into cactus. Draw those shoulder blades together. Sink down a little bit lower. Good. One more breath in. And one more breath out. On your inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up, leaning back. And on your exhale, forward fold, keeping a bend in your knee if your back is still tweaky. Inhale, come to your halfway lift. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor, step your right leg back, step your left leg back. Lower your knees or rock forward and slowly lower all the way down, coming to your bellies, making a little pillow, turning one ear, toward one side, rocking your hips from side to side. Good, we've landed. Good. Just appreciate your connection to the earth. Appreciate your heartbeat. And find some gratitude for just being here. When you're ready, we're going to bring our forehead to the floor. We're going to bring our hands to the outsides of our shoulders, and then take those shoulder blades and draw them in so the elbows will come close to the sides. And on your inhale, press yourself up to a baby cobra. Good. On your exhale, slowly lower down. Forehead comes to the floor. On your inhale, we'll come back up. Cobra. And exhale, slowly lower down. Good. Inhale. Last one of this series. And exhale. Then make that pillow again. And turn your head to the opposite side. Rock it out. Good. Feel your breath filling you up as your belly presses into the mat. And drawing back into your spine as you exhale. Good. Take one more full breath in. And one more long breath out. Excellent. When you're ready, bring your forehead back to the mat, to the center. Let the tops of the feet rest on the floor, but draw your legs together and zip them up. Point your toes. We'll release our hands back, and we're just going to fly. We're going to fly in lotus. So lift your legs, lift your head, your shoulders, knees and toes, coming up only as high as you are ready this morning. Zipping those legs up, keeping the breath nice and slow, smooth, steady. We'll take one more breath in, squeeze together a little bit more, maybe lift a little bit higher, and then lower down. Just turn your head to one side and rock out those hips. Good. Maybe take your heels from side to side. And then find some stillness. We'll bring our forehead back to the mat. We'll take one more of these. If your lower back is just craving one more, bring your legs together, zip them up, maybe clasp your hands this time. Draw those shoulder blades in toward one another, toward midline. And when you're ready, lift up. Good. Lift up. So you might not come up very high. You'll feel that compression in the lower back. Keep your breath steady as much as you can. Squeeze it together, lift a little higher, draw those shoulder blades together, take one more breath in, and on your exhalation, lower down. Turn your head to the other side. Sophie, shake it out. Good. And take one more breath in, and a long breath out. Nice. As you're ready, we're going to take our hands to either side of our shoulders and press ourselves up through table. Bring your knees wide again. We'll come into that extended child's pose, coming slowly. Slowly. We've been working our back, so this will be our counter pose. Let it be a slow descent. Excellent. Take 2 breaths here. Nice. When you're ready, we're going to come all the way up. Have a seat at the opposite end of your mat. Take your legs forward. Come into staff pose. And we'll take a forward fold. So this is an intense pose for our lower back. So modify as needed, coming forward. Find what you can find, your pants, your edges of your feet, And just surrender into this pose. Good. And just be here. Letting your chin round, letting your shoulders come forward, and just letting that lower back slowly release. Good. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then take a slow ascent, walking your way back up, crossing the right leg over the left. Give yourself a twist here. So the right arm comes behind you and your gaze is over that right shoulder. Smile. Breathe. Good. And take one more breath in. And use your exhalation to unwind. We'll switch this twist. Bringing your left arm around your right arm around your left leg, taking your left hand behind you, lifting yourself up, finding that length in the spine, breathing in, and taking your gaze over your left shoulder on your exhalation. Good. Good. We'll take one more breath in. Use your exhalation to unwind, and then we'll bring our feet together in Baddha Konasana. Good. Let your heels come close to you or farther away as your body dictates this morning. Whatever you do, loop those shoulders, shine your heart, take a big breath in, and on your exhale, just bow. Let your shoulders come forward, let your chin come down to your chest, and just find some release here in that lower back, taking it slowly. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath in here together in this Baddha Konasana. Maybe releasing those hips a little bit more. And then slowly come on up. Let's come on down to our backs, turning whatever side, wherever you want to be. We've traveled so far in this practice. Once we get there, let's hug our knees into our chest and take those circles on the ceiling, massaging out that lower back. Good. And take your feet to the floor. Heels come close to the hips. If you have a block and you'd like to come into a supported bridge, I recommend this. It feels so nice on your lower back, especially if you're having lower back issues. You can take it and tuck it under there. If you don't happen to have a block, you can always use a thick book. You can just come in why do I say that so much? You can come into a bridge pose, squeeze your hips, lift your hips to the sky, snuggle your shoulders underneath you. Or just enjoy a supported bridge. Good. Take a couple breaths here. And if you're in a traditional bridge, you can come on down. But if you're up on your block and you'd like to lift your legs up high over your heart, just take a moment to reverse that circulation. Nice. So good for the body. When you're ready, feet come down to the floor. Press your feet into the floor to lift your hips, remove any props, and then lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. And then cross your left leg over your right. See if you can reach for your ankles, and go ahead and hug in. Hug them in. Nice. When you're ready, take your right foot to the floor. Lift your hips up enough to bump them over to the left and take a twist over to your right, opening your left arm out to a T, taking your gaze over in that general vicinity. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release any tension in the jaw, the face, the shoulders, the hips. Get a little spinal adjustment as you relax a little bit more with each breath. Filling up and letting go. And every cycle of breath, just a little bit different. Just like the daily moon cycles, just a little bit different. And take one more breath in. And then as you're ready, slowly come back up and cross your legs. Bump your hips back to the center. Cross your right leg over the left. See if you can reach for your ankles. And just pause here. Draw them in towards you. Good. Nice big breath in. And a full exhalation. And then as you're ready, left foot comes to the floor. Lift up enough to bump your hips over to the right. And then take your twist toward the left, opening up your right arm, taking your gaze over toward that right shoulder. Softening with each exhalation. Nourishing with each full inhalation. Letting go of whatever doesn't serve you any longer with each breath out. And take one more breath in and a slow breath out. And then as you're ready, come on back to center. Take your feet to the floor and make yourself neutral. Let your spine lengthen out long and take your legs long. Take your arms overhead. Find a full body stretch. Really arch your back. Breathe in. And then take any last stretches that might feel good. So maybe hugging the knees back in, maybe a little happy baby would feel good on your back as you draw your knees towards your shoulders. Or maybe you're ready for your Savasana. And I suggest that you get creative with your Savasana. So you can take your blanket, you can roll it up and place it under your spine, giving yourself a little extra shoulder opener here if you like. Or you can place it under your knees. You can place it under your hips or your lower back. And once you get there, just let your legs relax on the floor. Let your feet just open out. Let your palms open. Let your eyes close. Just let this be your rest after a long full practice. As you're ready, slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring small movements to fingers and toes. And take your time to roll to one side, curl up in that fetal position that symbolizes rebirth. And just take a moment to notice. Notice the mind. Notice the body. Notice your breath. If this feels really good to you right now and you'd just like to stay a little longer, feel free. But if you'd like to use the strength of your arms and join me in a seat, come on up. Find a seat that works for you. Maybe prop yourself up. And let your hands just rest in your lap. Let your eyes close. Take a moment to notice how it feels to be in this shape. After moving our spines in every which direction, notice how that has affected you. Just take a moment here to settle in, to center in the shape. As you're ready, reach your arms out wide. Inhale, reaching up for all the goodness. And exhale your hands down to your heart, bowing to your heart. Chin comes to chest. And with all this goodness we've generated internally, this fullness, send a prayer out into the world. A prayer for peace in the hearts of those we love, those we may not know, but we think about, and those we may have taken issue with on certain things. Send that equal prayer of peace out to everyone. And lift your thumbs to your third eye, finding a smile, finding some gratitude for one another, for this practice, for this beautiful day. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.